Welcome. Can't find anything to say. Not looking for anything to say. It's clear to me that having a body, having a mind, having a brain, it seems to be quite natural to spend the day collecting information. I don't know if you've noticed the collection of information. Just with you driving down the road to your shop or to work, you're picking up information about how busy the road is, or even if you live here, for instance, how wonderful it is to drive along the Pacific Ocean with hardly anybody in sight. But nonetheless, there's either information that's being picked up and information that's being stored and information that's been assimilated. Now I'm just talking, right? I'm just sharing. Those of you that heard me, I'm just sitting here and I'm just sharing with you. But in silence, you ever sat in silence and it seems maybe uncomfortable for some place within to be in silence because it wants to speak and share that it's gathered during the day on many different levels: mental, emotional, psychological, physical, all manner of polarities: positive, negative, good, bad, right, wrong, up, down. And all this information is gathered rather like the things that we gather in our life. Maybe thoughts and feelings are as much a thing that one gathers in one's life until one's life is full of collections. Maybe a thought is just another box of collections. That we're all collectors. You know, some people collect stamps. Some people collect coins. Some people collect memories. Some people collect pictures. But I wonder if within all of that, now, all that I'm asking is to bring some awareness to this, for I'm not pointing to anything, although I will speak. I wonder if all that collection, that collecting, brings about pain and suffering. That not realizing that I'm a collector, I become a collection of memories, a collection of experiences from one end to the other, a positive and negative. I become a collection that covers what I am. And I respond or I react to the experience at this moment, dependent on what part of my collection the experience of this moment touches. As if this collection that I've gathered has anything to do with what I am. It's just a collection. Even thoughts or even feelings may be just antiques in a collection. In what might be called, but I'm just going to say this, but might be called a collection within this ancient, unspeakable beingness that I am. In other words, remember, please keep your eye, as the speaker mentions, I am the ancient one, or the unspeakable one. So our thoughts, simply collections, but we believe they're us. We don't actually look to see if a thought or a feeling is actually what we are. And we use it or move with it according to whether it fits our like or dislike modality within the moment. Creating a great deal of problems and difficulties in a life that's actually without these collections, pure life. They're driving along the ocean. In such openness, the body-mind does not collect anything. There's the immediate experience of the vastness I am, displayed as the moment. Not as a thought or a feeling, but displayed as the moment. Manifesting, yes, as the ocean, manifesting, yes, as the eagle. And today, if you don't mind me just mentioning, and today, manifesting as the eagle actually eating a cat. Seeing an eagle's eating many other things, but a cat was a little bit unusual. Driving along the ocean, and just the gloriousness of life, and just the vastness that is what I am. This vastness I am. No need to think about it. No need to create a feeling about it. Or some level of this matrix of humanness can hold on to, as if I must study this, I must look into this, I must find out what this is, rather than deepening into the discovery of this that I already am. Where there is no collection, there is no collecting. In fact, if we looked at this, we might discover that very young children do not collect anything in terms of belonging. That's a later stage. But somehow we've learned to collect. And through our like-dislike collections, we've built a pseudo-identity that we've actually have fallen to believe it is who I am. But then there are these crazy moments when the veil just parts. And the wonder of the opening I am reveals that actually there's no one here but magnificence. No one here but shining brightness. No one here but love's movement. And we might have these openings, but then we may continue, whoever we are, to gather more information. Is this gathering of information automatic? Or is it taught? Is it taught? Yes, that's right. Why do we name things rather than experience what a thing is within our own consciousness, within our own brightness? Do things arrive separate from what I am? Or does all that I see and experience a living life form of the mystery I am? Now I want to go maybe another way entirely. And the way I want to go is a young child. Is a young child's third eye already open? Is a young child's crown already open? Are all the centers through a young child completely and absolutely open? And let's just say active as the pure eye, activated in the manifestation of the presence it is, in a universe that seems to be made of matter, but is actually made of light and turned into sense perception through this incredible instrument that we term a body. So if we look at this, whatever it is that we've just been looking at, the collection, how have I, whoever I am, consciousness, awareness, got misidentified with a collection of memories, thoughts, and feelings? Can I not see that I am not what I collect? Can I not see no matter what it seems that I collect can never tell me who I am? Other than, does this whole manifest universe arise in the presence I am? So am I a collection of memories, of feelings, of history, no matter where from? And if I discover I am not, why would I ever move by identification with a collection? Maybe because it might be more than uncomfortable if I just sat still, if I just stopped, complete stop, and just stopped. Where this wonderful instrument of mind, of body, the brain included, can no longer function from the collection that I've somehow gathered around the space I am. Suddenly the mind, through one's own pure stopping, one's own pure stillness, can't relate to I utterly in a full stop, which means not one iota of identification with thoughts or feelings. Suddenly, the thoughts or feelings are not the power that I'm interested in expressing. In fact, in a full stop, there is nothing I need to express. But I will feel the pressure of the habit of identification and the allowance of identifying with thoughts and feelings gathered into psychic structures or memories, impressions, patterns that are suddenly not being used. And I may feel the pressure of the instrument of perception, i.e., formed perception, the body mind, not being used as an instrument to identify myself with. And that's the pressure I may feel. But if I sit utterly opened, I may feel another pressure. A pressure of the true I am, opening. It may get a little uncomfortable, as the old way of knowing is through the past or through the usual avenues of thoughts and feelings of likes and dislikes. Not using those energies, maybe they will just crumble. Maybe they will just dissolve. Maybe they will explode. Maybe they will burn. But maybe if I can just stay silent, no longer expressing a thought, no longer expressing a feeling, that what opens is the greater depths of whatever it is I am. And it has no need to be expressed from the viewpoint of being someone. In fact, as someone is fast in transformation and dissolution. then it's rather like death. Because suddenly there's no need to give any energy in the usual way. My energy, my light is inverted and converted to present consciousness, and vastness opens. This may take, let's say, if you were to just sit quietly, like some of us have done, some of you in this call have sat for days and days, until we've, as it were, become so present within what really is the here and now. There's not much functioning happening in the level of thought and feeling, in the robotic sense, in the habitual sense. That this inner I am, is open. And awareness, as it were, is entering its own emptiness, its own fullness, its own nothingness. Of course, to the mind, this nothingness is not what it wants. But I come upon what I know is what I am. My attention pulled in has me in amazement, the vastness, the unspeakable vastness that is here now as my very beingness. The world is seen to be an illusion. The earth is seen to be made of the light and presence I am. But now I am all opened and deepening into the unspeakable vastness. Has it become a habit to constantly go with thoughts and feelings that are just passing phenomena of electromagnetic psychic forces, in other words, experiences, gathered impressions that awareness attaches to and calls it me. But I am vast. I am pure. I am love. I am full. I am empty. and vast, and yet so beautifully small. Have we become so hooked on the fruitless, pointless idea of the world, where the fruit lies in the earth and the display of the universe, which is actually the appearance of our inner vastness, appearing as the night sky, as the sunshine, as our life, without a thought in sight, without a feeling that's just an interpretation of a separate sense of self, but I am pure feeling. I'm the movement of love. This I that's listening to these words now. Does it take wisdom or courage or love to completely let go of, surrender any need for thought to have expression? Can we really discover that's just a habit, and it's a painful one and a separative one? It's not the pure I that loves to see thee, loves to meet thee, and loves to disappear into thee. Maybe these times are the complete emptying out of all levels of thought. It's like whoever we are we being shown to relate to and function from our innermost seeing and knowing? But leave the thinking alone. Maybe thinking belongs to the world, but love belongs to the earth. I'm wondering if you're discovering that your wonderful body can become finely attuned to your own brightness. The body becomes rather like a musical instrument. When awareness, as it were, remembers what it deeply is. And somehow the whole movement of the world is designed to empty us out of the distraction of being separate beings. Being so addicted to memory, thoughts, and feelings, and forgetting our true home, which is fullness, which is love, which is awareness. Can we see when a thought just wants to be expressed? Can we be love enough to say, thought, my love, thought, my love, there is no need. Just come rest your head here. Have you ever just stopped, completely stopped? I mean, you're heading to work and you just stopped. You're heading to meet somebody and you just stopped. You're heading to do the shopping and you just stopped. And whatever it was that you had an intention to go and do, you just stopped and the whole day passed away. Of course, it's no good for the world. But I'm just wondering whether the stopping, the remembering who one really is, having the kind of warmth and love to, to bring about, if this is real for you, the transformation of how you think and why you think, and why you would use a thought rather than be what you first are. Have you noticed when you come from your deepest knowing, you know so much more brightly? And the knowing isn't knowing of a thing, it's a knowing of the power of you, the presence of you, where you reach into the vastness of what you deeply are. Where you begin to live this life with the truth of you, the love of you, and to serve all beings to realize they are already loved. So like right now, see what you access. And right now, see how you've mastered, through love, levels of small self. Can you see in the moment of remembering who or what you are, you're literally transforming the body-mind into an instrument of love's living awareness. We may go through some very strange and very difficult processes when we give up the agent of thinking rather than come alive in being. So who is it that thinks? And does whoever it is that thinks need a thought? And whatever one has collected in thoughts and memories and things, are you not still very much different than the things and thoughts you've collected? Are you not actually free of your collection already? And is there not more mobility as love's presence and gifting? When we, as it were, let go of those things we've gathered that persuade us to be what we're not. Are we not all a mystery? Did you know you're a mystery? Perhaps to others you are a mystery more than you know you're a mystery. My emphasis this evening is, are you what you gathered? Are you what you've collected? Of what you've collected on any level, what's it actually got to do with you? You walk down the street and your mind gathers information. What has that got to do with you? You walk through the supermarket and hear people gossip. What has that got to do with you? You can walk anywhere in lots of situations, even in a forest, and information is being picked up in the body mind. But what's it got to do with you? But when you walk through a forest with free of all information, it is natural and beautiful and glorious. That is a pure level of the display of pure you. I'm going to ask you, does your third eye ache? Does your heart ache? Are these signs of you remembering who you are? This is a drastic question. Is there anything in your life worth keeping? And if you let it all go, what would you be? I'm wondering whether when we get that one, a new kind of courage, a new kind of loving, a new kind of life begins to emerge that doesn't live off of anything, but is itself. That's when the mind heals. That's when the body heals. That's when relationships heal. That's when the earth heals. That's when this instrument of perception belongs to the one who truly is. That's when we know love. That's when we give love. That's when we realize we are love. How does this conversation, in some way or other, connect with your life, knowing yourself, realizing what you are right now in your life? For the new people here, what I like to do is just spin you in groups of 3 or 4. You have a conversation. We're going to have one here, and then we'll come back in a few moments. See you in a few moments. Enjoy your buddies.